Hello, friendos, and welcome to what is probably the single most random idea I've had in a long time. Uh, just period, let alone for like a video. So it is Valentine's Day, and while I generally despise everything about it, I thought it would be kind of cute to do a little something for my Zam fam. Now, if you are unaware, I'm part of a group of streamer slash Twitch adjacent people. Uh, we make up the Z4 Conglomerate of streamers, and I thought I'd do a little tier list of the Z4 community. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and start. Obviously, while I am part of that community, I'm not going to rate myself on the tier list because that would be kind of weird. And also, pretty sure I'd just slap myself in D tier, regardless, and people would probably be upset with me for that, namely Kazooie. But you know what? We're doing this. We got 10 peeps here to sort through. The first one we have is the one and only Ranga Rampage. Now, let me tell you about Ranga Rampage. He is probably one of the sweetest, kindest, most compassionate people you would ever hope to meet in your life. Pretty much everyone here can attest to that. He's always reaching out to people when he knows they're feeling down. He's just oozing with kindness, and it's hilarious because you know that old saying that if you're a Ranger, you don't have a soul. Well, I would argue that he has the biggest, most warm, and just awe-inspiring soul of everyone here. So obviously, he's going to go in the S tier. Next up, we have a controversial figure in the Z4 community. Controversial because, well, there's a number of reasons it's controversial. The most notable one that is relevant to the Z4 conglomerate is his handling of the infamous OCE Classic Fall Guys tournament. That is the original. There has been a second one since then, which was arguably better? Question mark. But look, we're not here to talk about that one. The original OCE Classic, while incredibly entertaining, purely because of the hilarity that ensued, um, it's been argued that the name is somewhat false advertising. OCE, which typically means those who dwell in the oceanic regions, such as Australia, New Zealand, Indonesia, that sort of thing. The winner of the OC Classic did not hail from any of these locations and was actually from good old England. So, just sort of consider that for a moment. Um, it wasn't even close. He pretty much just completely annihilated us. It is an event that will live forever in infamy, and many jokes have been made in Sleepy's expense because of it. However, ignoring that, Sleepy himself, very funny dude. He thinks he's scarier than he actually is. In fact, I would argue that he's not very scary at all. He is probably one of the the happiest dudes on Twitch. His laugh is infectious. And honestly, I'm very happy to call him a friend. He's from New Zealand. He is going through some crazy shit right now because, in case you didn't know, New Zealand was hit with a big storm, and now it's been hit by another storm. It's all very wild and just crazy stuff. He does say some things on stream sometimes which are questionable. Um, he hates animals. He thinks all teen girls are apes. It's a bit weird, honestly. He said those things unprompted too, so I don't really know what the deal is with that. But anyway, Sleepy himself, great dude. Um, let's go ahead and put him in S tier. He can hang out there with good old Ranger. Now, the next person here is kind of like a honorary member of the Z4 Conglomerate. Her name is Nessie, the sweet bean herself. She's probably one of the gosh darn cutest people I've ever met, and she's very funny. She's very kind. You'll find that a lot of these people have similar qualities because they're just kind of amazing people. But Nessie, in particular, is very compassionate as well, much like Ranger. She's always reaching out to people and making sure they're doing okay, in spite of herself, her own circumstances. But she's a fighter. She's strong, and we believe in her. And honestly, we love her very much. And any opportunity we have to see Nessie in a chat or outside of Twitch, or even better, playing games with her, is a golden opportunity indeed. So we're going to go ahead and put her in S tier. Okay, the next person we have here is the artist formerly known as Slapnut the DJ. However, apparently that name is inappropriate now. So now he goes by Slappy Plays, which, that's fine. He apparently his former name, the DJ, it did not actually stand for disc jockey, as you might assume. Apparently, it stood for dad jokes. I would generally dispute that, but you know what? He is quite the dad joke entrepreneur, so he's quite the dispensary of DJs in that respect. It feels weird even saying that, but he's a beloved figure in this little community. Hates Twitter, understandably, but you know what? I'm pretty sure we all do, so we can relate. And for some reason, his wife, Mrs. Slap, apparently I am her Twitch sugar daddy. I'm not going to go into details or really give any kind of context for that. So here is where we're putting Slappy. We're going to go ahead and put him in the S tier. Next we have the beautiful, the amazing Lily Maybe, wife of Kazooie, and a sometimes maybe streamer. Very true to her name. She is actually moving to Canada this month, which is upsetting for some of us, but she's going to be our friendo from across the ocean soon enough. But I did get a chance to meet her at PAX last year. We exchanged an awkward hug. It was great. And you know, she's very talented cosplayer. She's also a very talented artist. If you go to Zamdog's Twitch, you can go to his about section and find her artistic rendition of her cat Dumpling. It's honestly probably the most accurate piece of art I've ever seen ever. And I studied fine art for years, so you know that's saying a lot. But Lily is once again incredibly compassionate, caring person. She has helped me out through many a tough time. She would reach out to me in Discord, despite the fact that I'm pretty sure she loathes Discord. Uh, but you know what? That's just how caring she is. She's willing to put her own distaste for a platform aside to make sure that I'm okay. And I really do appreciate her. But she's amazing, and she likes bees. And how can you not love anyone who likes bees that much? So let's go ahead and put her in the S tier. Now, the next person we have here, the Keizui. Now, this is probably the most famous figure among the Z4 Conglomerate. She has quite the following now. Her energy is pretty much the exact opposite of my energy, where she is very high octane, in your face, very vocal. I don't want to say loud, but she would describe herself as loud. Um, but honestly, it's infectious. You know, it's crazy how someone like myself, who's typically very low energy, can still have a very enjoyable experience in her streams, where she's literally bouncing off the walls and screaming into her microphone. But she's a very funny individual. Her lust for El Hatham in Genshin Impact is definitely not one of the most admirable traits, in my opinion. But you know what? You can like what you like, and I will just sort of reluctantly deal with that, I guess, on a daily basis on Twitter. Anyway, um, Kay, I've known for probably, well, literally the longest out of everyone here. I met her, is it, it's over a decade now, actually. Um, at the end of high school is when I first met her, and then we kind of drifted apart for a bit, and then were reintroduced through Twitch, which honestly might be, not even kidding, one of the best things that's happened uh, to me in my adult life, because she's legitimately the best friend I've had, uh, period. So, you know, once again, incredibly empathetic person. Her emotional intelligence is through the roof. She's incredibly supportive, and I'm very, very happy to have reconnected with her. And I thank my initiative for doing so pretty much every day. So we're gonna go ahead, and obviously she's gonna go in S tier as well. Okay, next we have, coincidentally, Keizui's bestie, Mrs. Ziggy. You may know her as the Chicken Nug Queen. She has a Nuggy Fund on her Twitch channel. So if you donate to her in any capacity, it goes towards her Nuggy Fund, which, unlike some funds, is actually a very tangible concept because I want to say one in every three streams she does in fact order nugs, and she confirms that the money donated is being used for those nugs. So you know what? I can respect that. She's not just slapping a name on there and saying, "Yeah, I'm totally going to use it for this." She is 100% committed to getting those nugs with the Nug Fund, and that is quite admirable, in my opinion. Mrs. Z in general is pretty much Keizui. I'm only half joking when I say that. She's extremely similar to her bestie in a lot of ways. She is known to depart on many a Ziggy side quest during games of Fortnite, but we won't hold it against her. It is quite humorous when this does occur, and sometimes she's joined by her bestie Keizui for what they call a Zig Zooey side quest. But honestly, she's pretty incredible, just as a human being, just like everyone else here. So you know what? She is gonna go into S tier. Next, we have the man himself, king of the weebs, and impulsive buyer of many a DLC slash anime merchandise slash skins in games that are literally going to die in like 3 months. It is King Hex. This man is probably the only person here with comparable energy levels to Keizui herself. The self-described son of Keizui and Lily Maybe, and Remoir, who gets an honorable mention for this list. Look, Rem's kind of behind the scenes. He does a lot of the HR stuff. So I didn't want to like include him for that reason. I didn't want to put a spotlight on him. He may not have appreciated that. Just know that Renoir is pretty much the most incredible person and probably the greatest partner anyone could ever have, period. I'm not willing to debate that. That's just fact. So, you know what? If you got a problem with that, go fuck yourself. But anyway, going back to King Hex. He pretty much oozes weeb in everything he does. He is hugely into anime to possibly a dangerous level. But yeah, no, that's pretty much it. He's also a very kind dude. Is always reaching out to people. I think I've said that for literally everyone here, but it's true. Like, I wouldn't just say that. These are all great people. Hex is also kind of a sugar daddy. Literally, he has dumped his money into my pocket on several occasions, completely unwarranted. Because that's just the kind of dude he is. I remember when he bought me Card Fight Vanguard Gear Days on Steam, which was literally like $80, and he was just like, "Here you go, dude." And I was like, "What the actual fuck, my dude? What are you doing?" But when he's not handing his well-earned money to people, he's handing his love to people. And honestly, that means far more and has much more weight to any kind of monetary gift. So having him around is always a blast. Playing games with him is the most hilarious experience. If you need proof of this, just watch Sleepy's video about where we played Knockout City. For whatever reason, when he logged into his account, his name was Tom, and he just ran with it, and hilarity ensued. So we're gonna go ahead and put Hex in S tier. And of course, we have the man himself, the classic Esky holder. Do you know, guys, that he has an Esky that's made with real leather? It's pretty crazy, man. It's pretty wild. But this is the Tipo. Now, there's a couple of things I share with Tipo. One, uh, he is a person. Two, he is a male person. Three, we actually have the same name. I'm not kidding. We have the same like first names. And four, we're also born in the same month. And many would have you believe that February, people born in February, are the hottest people. This is actually a fabrication. And not even, I mean, look, it's somewhat true. Hot people definitely were born in February, okay? Some of them are even here on this list. But the sexiest people were probably also born in February. Look, I, I was going to say July is pretty great, but you know what? I know exactly one other person who was born in July, and it's Tipo. So I don't want to toot my own horn, you know. So let's move on from that as quickly as possible. Tipo himself hasn't streamed in a good long while, but he does hang out in a lot of conglomerate streams. He can be found playing Fortnite with Ziggy. Um, he can be seen in Hex's streams. He's kind of just a presence that is there and you appreciate and love. And honestly, he's a great dude. And seeing him drunkenly play a card game is one of the most hilarious experiences I've ever had. It was pretty great. But unfortunately, there isn't a tier higher than S, so we'll just have to put him in S tier. Alright. Last, but certainly not least, the man behind it all. Z4 Conglomerate Kingpin himself. Z4M Dog. Or Zamdog. What can I say about Zamdog that hasn't already been said? Pretty much a lot. He is a multi world record holder in Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2. I think he's at like literally almost 40 now, like 37 or something crazy like that. He's a speed runner in Tony Hawk's. He really likes Tony Hawk. In case you didn't know, but also he's one of the sweetest dudes. He is very good at playing the lovable troll character. And what do I mean by that? Well, he has a very sort of sarcastic sense of humor, and it's very dry humor, much like my own. So I can relate to him on a metaphysical level in that sense. We we both have the best sense of humor. And honestly, we are also both incredibly modest. We we're just kind of amazing. But Zamdog specifically is he's great. You know, he's always a blast to hang out with. He's his commitment and uh, his like passion for speedrunning is truly admirable. The fact that he spends countless hours plotting out these like routes and actually doing the speed runs despite all the frustrations, it's truly it's something to aspire to. Honestly, he's quite the leader of this little group, and I couldn't ask for a better conglomerate CEO. So, to round this up, obviously, we're gonna put Zamdog in S tier. Well, I think you would agree that this has not been a waste of time in any respect. And the fact that everyone happened to be in S tier is purely coincidental and was not planned from the start whatsoever. Also, I am a very truthful person. But thank you for watching this very bizarre video. Please follow all of these incredible people if you aren't already. Show them some love. I will probably put links to all of their stuff in the about section of this video. But honestly, I love all of these people. They're great. I I I don't think I can really describe how much love I have for these incredible people, and I'm so lucky to have each and every one of them in my life. So yeah. But anyway, thank you for watching. Have a good one, guys. Stay chill, stay awesome, and until next time, see ya.